Septemba 15 okutuusa nga 19 kyali kijjobi ku biyiriro bya Itanda mu disitulikiti y'e Jinja ng'abadigize okuva mu buli nsonda yansi bakuŋŋaanya okubinuka amasejjere ku kivvulu ekyakazibwako erya NYEGE. Wakati mu kudigida kyali kizibu okumanya ekyali ku mitima gy'abantu okutuusa buli njuba lwe yaserengetanga ewa Nabikanda okuli ebiwata. Bangi ku bano baali baasasula dda we balina okwebaka ennaku zonna ze banaamala mu kivvulu, kyokka engeri gye baasulangamu yali yennyamiza bw'ogeraageranya n'ensimbi ze baali basasudde, ng'abamu baasasula ezisoba mu bukadde 3. Ekivvulu okutuuka okuggwa, abakozi n'abadigize bennyini baali babanja ensimbi zaabwe olw'empeereza ey'ekibogwe eyayolesebwa. Nkiwa n'okutuuka leero bangi abatamanyiwa akabaate we kaava. Nsisinkanye Lucy Onyango, abangi gwe baalabanga ng'omutwe omukulu mu kivvulu kino, naddala mu by'okuteekateekera abadigize. Gw'olaba ono sisobola na kumusisinkana mu kifo kya lukale kubanga abeera mu kwekukuma olw'okutiisibwatiisibwa okuzze kumukolebwako, naddala aba abaafiirizibwa. Katuzzeeyo olutambi mu kiro kya 31 Meeyi 2022 ku bbaala eno eyitibwa The Office. Lucy Onyango akyamawo okulya ku bulamu nga bulijjo, era ku mmeeza kwatuula yeegattibwako mikwano gye n'oluvannyuma omuntu omulala gwe tugenda okusooka okuyita Arthur Nkutu.
I usually went for quiz night at a bar called The Office, where people come, quiz, celebrate and all that. So this fateful night, a friend calls me out and is like, come for quiz night today. I honored her invitation because she was hosting. I go, usually sit in the front seat. I get a seat, I'm joined by a couple of friends, then this new person joins us on our table. That's how we got to interact. That was on May 31st, 2022. Yeah, we talk. Even after The Office, we go to another bar. The night was still young. Yeah, we ended up like being friends and whatever. So we continued talking.
Nga wayise ennaku, Onyanga agamba nti ono yamufuulira ddala muganzi we era n'amusembeza ne mu maka ge.
Like I think after days or a week, he began staying at my home, meeting. Yes, because I talked to this person was business oriented. Well and good to me. That was a very good aspect. To find someone that young and is really business oriented. Doing apparel, back then he was doing apparel like African, should I call them African wear? Yeah, so he tells me I'm in Jinja trying to look for a place where I can put my shop and all that. I even suggested a place which he got. I was with him the time he got it. I was one of the people who stood there. They asked him, who is this to you? He told them who I am to them. We had to go to the district to get clearance to put his signpost for his business.
Arthur Nkutu yandibanga yali yawandiikira dda abategesi ba NYEGE ng'ayagala ab'omu ku abo abagenda okuyambako mu nteekateeka. Ono yali yasaba akole ku by'ensula y'abadigize era essimu emuwa omulimu guno yamukubirwa ali mu maka ga Lucy. Nkutu teyalina kintu kyonna ku ebyo bye yakakasa abategesi nti alina, wabula n'atandika okukozesa Lucy okumufunira abanaakola emirimu gino.
2 to 3 weeks after meeting is when he receives a call. He had already, I think, emailed the NYEGE team about wanting to provide accommodation for NYEGE. So at around, I think on the 23rd of June, at around midnight, 13 minutes past midnight, he received a call from Derek, I think one of the founders of NYEGE. So they discuss on how, he tells them what he's going to provide. Then they asked him a few questions. Some were hard that he could not really reply because one of them was, have you ever done a contract this big for us to give you the work? Yeah. And he convinced them. He told them, yes, I've done this project in Sudan and Kenya, but it is, what did he say? It has been on official duties like the government, so I cannot release the details to you. So they have, I think, a physical meeting on the 25th of June in Kampala, their home in Bunga, whereby he didn't have what he had promised them. So I call a supplier I know who has the equipment. I tell her, can you deliver, it was 50 tents, because he sent me an audio message, which I'll present to you. He told me, hey babe, can you tell the person supplying to give us 50 tents? I need to go on ground with the NYEGE team to show them what I can offer. As someone who is supportive, and because I really want to support the dreams of everyone around me, if you have business, I'll push it for you. And this was someone who was like a partner to me. So I called the babe. She brings equipment. I called the babe, she was in Kampala. She had to come that very day. She phoned me at Clear Cafe Ginger. That's when even Arthur meets up with us. We got to her home. I have the videos of her showing how they pitch the tents, how they do this. So he ended up hiring 3 of the tents. And hiring, that was on the 26th. We got to Itanda Falls. That's the first time I saw Derek and Alain, the founders of NYEGE NYEGE. So they had their meeting. He showed them the tents. He showed them the air mattresses, which he said he had like 100 of them, and I think 500 tents by that time. And I think that's when they were convinced this person can do the project.
Nga wayisa akaseera abantu batandika okussaayo okusaba kwabwe ku kibanja Arthur Nkutu kye yali yeeteereddewo.
But he had told me, don't tell anyone we took this project, till everything is out on the website. Yeah. So they continued having meetings and all that, asking me, can you get me carpenters for the cabin? Remember, he had told them they're in Kenya. They now need to see them because they now need to market the accommodation. Time is running. 1 month left or 3 weeks left prior to the event. Yes. So they began putting him on pressure. We need the what? We need the cabin. He's now confused. He asked me, do you know any carpenters around Ginger? I call a friend who I know they have a workshop, woodwork workshop. His carpenters were even in Kampala, they called them. Yes. Now they begin arranging the cabin. As he's telling them, I'm transporting it from where? Kenya. So it took like a week, or a week and 2 days. I'll have to check my phone recordings to verify on how long it took to build a cabin, but I'm the one who contracted people who did, I think, almost everything from the beginning. So as they were building, remember this is an apartment, people stay here. It's now causing noise and it's untidy for like my landlord, these clients. So my landlord tells me, you guys need to get time and remove your things, get somewhere else to do them. I let Arthur know. So this friend I contracted to do the cabin calls a friend and tells her, can we use your compound to put this cabin here? Because the NYEGE team now had to come and inspect the first cabin they are supposed to use for advertising. So it was shifted to that woman's compound. I don't know if you saw the triangular one. It was also made from that woman's compound. It's the toilet, the wheelie bin system he told them he's going to make. So I think when it was done, the NYEGE team came and inspected. Everything was fine. Even the photographer who took the pictures they used for the website, I'm the one who got him for Arthur. That's how I got really involved in the project. because I knew people around Jinja and people who deliver things. Apparently he didn't know anyone, so I was getting all the suppliers for him. But before that, he traveled to Kenya. I have to just get the date into my head. And he told me I'm going to get toilets, you know, like the toilet covers and seats, plus beddings in Kenya. I was like, okay, he took 5 days, but I'll get to that story later because it coordinates with this. So he comes back. That's when I think the website has already been built. People are beginning to book. They're beginning to market the product. He sends me a link. He's like, we're up and running. Any correction we need here? I'm like, there's a correction that was needed. I sent it to him. Well and good. So when it was up and running, that is when I began advertising. That we got this contract. Now accommodation is up and running. You guys should begin booking. Yes. As I said, I didn't know the bookings that happened outside the site were illegal bookings till the 15th of September. When the founders said we didn't know about these bookings of the receipt. The bookings we are taking are the ones on the website. But remember, there are people who booked and they were just issued physical receipts. People who booked through Arthur and me.
And how were you getting those people?
As I told you, I'm getting there. After the website was up and running, I began advertising. We are in charge of the accommodation at Nyege Nyege. You can book and all this. So some of my friends saw and offered to market for me freely, without anything. That's how we got some clients. My friends marketed and I got some people to help us market. So there were like 3 of my friends, then 2 people I got aside because Arthur told me, get people to market for us, I'll give them a free ticket and accommodation. Yes. So these people began marketing. Yeah. So now he wanted articles to go out to the news and all that. So I contacted some friends of mine who I know like in the media and who are writers who can do that for me. So a friend of mine helped me write up something. Then even the Tower Post posted it, like the article. Yeah, that's where they verified the owner of the project, who is the brain behind this. And I verified with Arthur before everything came out. I have the messages, everything. So now when the articles were put out, he told me, don't allow bookings now on the site. Then I told him, okay, I've told people now to book off-site and book from you. Is that okay? Because there was an official, it was called Nyege Resort. There was an official Nyege Resort number that was there. So as people were booking, it was now time to look for like equipment. We need timber, we need nails, we need people who are going to cook, we need cars that are going to transport people and all that. As I was advertising the booking of accommodation and my friends are also advertising, people are coming, people are sending money to him, people are sending money to me. But immediately I would get money. Like let me say 3 people have sent me and that is around 1.2. I would immediately transfer the money to who? Arthur's number. Because I don't handle any money in the project.
Ng'ogyeko ebyensula, Arthur yeewa n'omulimu ogw'okusomba abadigize okuva yonna gye batuukidde okutuuka ku Itanda Falls era n'asaba Kabiite afune abanaakola ku kino.
So that's when I contact one of my brothers. 2 of them, my brothers hire out cars. Like one has a fleet of Benzes, one has a Benzes Super Customs, one has a fleet of I think Peugeots and Super Customs. So I contact one and talk to him. I'm like, can you hire out your cars for the festival? We use them to transport the clients. But after discussing the payment plans with my first big brother, he refused. He pulled out, said no. I can't do this because it doesn't seem clear. And I'm thankful he did, because I would be in more trouble with my family. So I reach out to my second big brother. I tell him, can you hire out around 15 Super Customs? He's like, okay, how much are you paying? I told him how much we're paying on a daily, and he's like, okay, I'm going to bring the cars. But now the problem came with payment. also. Arthur wanted them to come with the cars, put fuel, and they're paid after the festival, which they didn't agree to. They're like, at least give us half, then we shall get our balance later. I am thankful he also refused, because he called me even on the 14th and Arthur told me, tell them to use their own fuel, they'll get money when they come here, which I didn't know it was also a game.
Buli kisulo oba cabin, Arthur yali asuubizza bingi ebinaagenderako ebyokuwa abanaazisulamu okuviira ddala ku bafumbi okutuuka ku banaabayonjeza.
All the founders is going to give the VIPs. It had a private chef, for like the VIPs were paid 3,400,000. It has a private chef, private lounge. It had concierges who are going to help them clean. And it was a very big type of package. So now we need a chef. Yes, I know I have an auntie who has, she does outside catering, she has a hotel. So I'm like, I call her, I'm like, because I talked to Arthur, I'm like, oh, I have an auntie who does this. Instead of hiring things expensively from someone else, I can contract my auntie. We tell her to bring all her equipment from her kitchen and wherever she's stored. Remember, she has functions too. I've booked her for weddings and all that. Yeah. Because I'm her niece, yeah, she agrees on the money and she's like, oh, because it's you. She brings all her equipment, and she got I think she got a down payment that day of 1.5, if I'm not mistaken. And the other money was promised to her after the festival. So she kept on bringing things prior to the festival, equipment that was being put in the container to be locked. So as that was happening, people are booking, people are sending money to me. That's why people are saying I took their money, because they sent it, some money was sent to my personal line. Which evidence I have, I never kept the money. I received the money and sent it to him. I received the money. Some of the money I received, he told me, can you use it to pay this person? Which I did. After paying, I take a screenshot of the payment, send to him. Immediately I received money, I would send a name of the client. Let me say it was Edwin, Sheila, whatever it is. I send him the names, I send him the money, I tell him issue a receipt. I send out the clients. Because me, I knew this is legal and there's nothing wrong. This is the official number people are using. The receipt has the official number they're using for Nyege, on their paid. I knew everything is legit. Then I had to also look for a supplier for mattresses. These are tasks I was giving me. Go look for these people. Not me, I didn't know. Me, I thought it was, oh, because this person is partner, you're doing their work, yeah? They're very busy. Because he had no team. Like, he was handling everything. The finances, only him knew anything about the finances. Logistics, almost only knew, he's the only one who knew a truck was coming this day and all those things. Your only work was to look for the supplier, bring them, and you're done. You understand? So I looked for also that supplier who supplied, and he was also given a down payment with the promise of being paid after the festival. Now you know why people are looking for me. Because I'm the one, I was like the face. Yeah? No one knew Arthur. Everyone knew me because I was the one going to people. I was the one doing almost all his work. Yeah?
Omukyalo ono yakwata n'ensimbi ezize ku bubwe n'aziyiwa mu mirimu gy'omwagalwa ng'asuubira nti zinaddira mu magoba.
I got my own personal money I had to use on my rent and all this and gave to Arthur. Because he told me he needed money for the project. And he told me, you will get back your money after what? After the festival. So I told my landlord, I'm not paying you this month or what? Wait for the festival, I'll come and what? Give you a down payment of around what? 3 to 6 months. So I continue getting money from people. We continue advertising till even the 13th. I think no, 12th. I asked him, I would call him and ask him, do you really have cabins? He's like, yes. So they would send money, I sent to him. What I didn't know, they were now, let me say, it was overwhelmed. The cabins, let me say, the Nyege clients never got anything. Because all the cabins were given to, this is so sensitive, there was an army man, anyways, who booked cabins for business. Are you seeing there's another third party now entering? Like I buy from you, then me, I make my money. There's an army man who bought, I don't know, I think he bought 10 or more than 10. We shall have to see the receipts to verify on that. So all the finished cabins were given to these people. You understand? Because even if at the festival, these cabins were finished and they had padlocks. So meaning all the legitimate clients for Nyege Nyege had nothing prior to the festival. This is something I found out on the 15th because Arthur had disappeared the whole of 15th. We all looked for him, me personally, the organizers of Nyege, the ticketing team, CEO was also looking for him. We all looked for Arthur, but we could not see Arthur anywhere on site, but he was on site.
Ku lunaku entujjo lwetandika, akavuyo nako katandika okweyoleka.
Fateful day, I was just seated there. Everyone, you know, people have taken a 7-hour journey, all that. So people come to the booking desk, there's no one there. There's the MOOC team, yeah? And then they're verifying people who booked online. They tell you, pull out your phone, we see what is on. You show them, they scan, they verify, yes. Now people came with receipts, mostly the 3 million clients. Remember there were like 70 cabins. So 3 million times 7, 70 is like 210 million. So I didn't know about any of these clients. The only clients I would really put my hand for were the ones who booked through me, and there were 400 clients. And I had, this is when Arthur told me, get the receipt book, because I called him, I told him, things are now hard for me. I don't know these things, what can I do? So he said he was down where they were constructing the cabins from. So he comes up and he tells me, coordinate here, whoever comes with this receipt, verify with the MOOC team, and they give them a what? They were giving them wristband. So on the fateful day, people come. I am also I'm struggling. There are no mattresses, there are no beddings, there are no, cabins are not finished. Yes, the finished cabins, you know who they are given to. They're given to the army man and another travel company. Yeah, but the ones that were fully finished were for the army man.
Tekyali kyangu okumatiza abantu abaali baswakidde ng'enjuki enkubemu ejjinja, kyokka nga mukulu Arthur ye takubikako kya mulubaale.
I had to calm down people. That's when the CEO of Nyege came. Now, we also don't know what to do. He said, because even the tent people, nothing was set up yet. They had to go get tents from the container, pick a few random people to help us pitch for the clients. We told them to wait for like 3 to 4 hours. And you know how impatient people were. Everyone is quarreling. Why didn't you assess all these things? But no one knew what happened behind. And we cannot really open up to people because this is not their problem. The person who is supposed to talk to them has disappeared. He has left me. I don't know anything. I'm just trying to stand in. I can only talk for a few clients who booked through me. I don't know. So now I began verifying people who came with receipts. But now the problem came with, it's now, remember MOOC only accounted for people who booked on the website, the wristbands, or for only people who booked on the website. So now the numbers are overwhelming, the wristbands are getting done, there are still more 3 days to the festival. Where is the problem? So I think they had to sit down in a meeting, and that's when one of the people in the management of Nyege Nyege came and stopped issuing, told the people to stop issuing wristbands so people have receipts. Now things get tough for me. Remember, even he took money for vendors. Remember the festival had vendors, which only Talent Africa team had to take that money. I think they were in charge of that. Even ticket money, tickets.
Was this all available? Did you have space for the vendors?
Because he was in charge of the team of the accommodation, he's like, it's okay, you can give the money to me and I'll give it to the people who need it. You get it. And it's easy to trust such a person. You have this whole team, they are doing all the accommodation. Why wouldn't I give you my 1.5 and my ticket money? You get me tickets. This is something I knew didn't exist. He was not supposed to take any of this money. You understand? But now since I took the fall for everything, I got the suppliers, I got the people to market, I got my friends into it, I got my family into it. It is my face in the public.
Ono bw'akitegeera nti ebintu si by'amannyo wenu, asaba poliisi emuwe obukuumi era kino kyamuwonyaako okugajambulwa bwe yagezaako okufuluma amatwale g'ekivvulu.
I reached the point and I broke down to some point and I first cried because that was the only time I would like really get myself together. There were bouncers, at least, I think, from the ones who were guarding the festival, who helped me like push off people. And my friends who I told you were helping me, yes? Tried to explain to people who would listen, and I tried to explain to them, like, I'm really not in charge of the money or anything here. All the 3 million clients knew Arthur. It was the good thing. Now the ones who booked through me, I was trying to explain to them, I don't know what Arthur did and all this. But I had very many incidences where the OC had to give me policemen to work with because I went out to look for mattresses and I was almost lynched by workers. The men who built the cabins on the grounds on the festival, they were not paid over 9 million. The whole festival. Me, I didn't know they were not paid. But because they used to see me coming on site and talking to Arthur, sometimes I would sleep in the cabin where Arthur sleeps, yeah? So they almost lynched me when I went out. If I wasn't with the OC and the OC didn't give me people to guard me, I wouldn't be alive right now. Yes, even when I was on the festival grounds, the clients who never wanted to hear anything, that was not their issue. And yes, they're right. Like, they are right. Because you offered something but you didn't deliver. Now you're bringing excuses. But I am taking a fall for someone who doesn't even care. Because if he came out and talked to his clients and told them there's a solution, well and good, clients would listen. But now I'm at the verge of being lynched. I had to call the OC at one time at 2 a.m. because people were at the cabin knocking. They wanted to break it down. He had to send me policemen to where I was sleeping at night to chase away people. So the whole of the festival, remember I was on a clutch. I had fractured my leg prior to the festival. So I was on my healing process. I am one person working the whole festival. There's no team at all. You know how big those grounds were. I have to walk up, make sure work is done. Had to buy things on my own personal money to see if some cabins can be put together on the final day to see if people get what?
Lindirira ekitundu ekyokubiri ng'amagye ne poliisi bagudde omuyiggo ku Arthur Nkutu ajja annyonnyola abantu kye yakola mu nsimbi zaabwe. Nze Solomon Kaweesa.